स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता ह्य सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्तः कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। Let us offer our salutations to the all-pervading blissful spirit in any name or form. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Sri Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda and Adi Shankaracharya, and all other acharyas, all other sages, saints, whose teachings we have inherited. May they inspire us with love for the truth. Let us for a few moments meditate on the all-pervading, all-blissful Spirit, seated in the hearts of us all. Let us by all means try to feel the divine contact. As you inhale and exhale, think of positive vibrations, peaceful vibrations, strong vibrations, pure vibrations entering into your body and mind. They will destroy all the impurities, restlessness, negativity, weaknesses. Slowly breathe out positive, peaceful, and other good vibrations. Think deeply that you are beyond the body, beyond the energy in the body, beyond the thoughts and the desires, beyond the intellect. and even beyond the blissful sheath. Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Niranjana, Ananda, Swarupaha. Let us pray for the well-being of all people, for the good health and strength of all people. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhag bhavet. Om ashato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma mrutangamaya. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. We'll chant the Shanti mantras, then start the Ishavasya Upanishad. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Gananam tva ganapatigam havamahe kavim kavinamupamashravastamam jyeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspata shrunvannotibhissidhasadanam Om Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramahamsaya Dhimahi Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. Om Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Shanno Mitrashyam Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha. Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaram avatu mam avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Bhadram karne vishrunuyama devaah bhadram pashye makshabhiryajatraah sthirairangai stuštuvagam sastanubhihi vyashema devahitam yadayuh. Swasti na indro vruddashravah swasti nः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ. मधुवातारतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः. Please repeat. मधुवातारतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः. माध्वीर्णः सन्त्वोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसी मधुमत्पार्थिवगं रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पति मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Harihi Om. Shanti Mantra of Ishavasya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shlokas number 11, 12, 13 to start with, then later let us see. 11th for a previous connection. Vidyancha Vidyancha. Om Vidyancha 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 Yastadvedo bhayagum saha avidyaya mrutyum tirtva vidyaya mrutamashnute andham tamah pravishanti ye sambhuti mupasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yavu sambhutyagam ratah yavu sambhutyagam ratah andham tamah pravishanti ye sambhuti mupasate tato bhuya ivate tamo yavu sambhutyagam ratah anyadevahu sambhavadanyada bhavadanyada hurasambhavat anyadevahu sambhavat anyada hurasambhavat iti shushrumadhiranam ye nastadvichachakshire iti shushrumadhiranam ye nastadvichachakshire. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are reading a little bit of practical Vedanta lectures, which is connected with the Upanishad idea. Practical Vedanta lectures of Swami Vivekananda. He is talking about overcoming fear, overcoming darkness by these powerful Vedantic truths, Vedantic ideas, Upanishads. He says, you know there are no ghosts, but no sooner are you in the dark than you feel a little creepy sensation. That is so because in our childhood we have had all these fearful ideas put into our heads. But do not teach these things to others through fear of society and public opinion, through fear of incurring the hatred of friends, or for fear of losing cherished superstitions. Be masters of all these. What is there to be taught more in religion than the oneness of the universe and faith in oneself? All the works of mankind for thousands of years past have been towards this one goal, and mankind is yet working it out. It is your turn now, and you already know the truth, for it has been taught on all sides. Not only philosophy and psychology, but materialistic sciences have declared it. Where is the scientific man today who fears to acknowledge the truth of this oneness of the universe? Who is there who dares talk of many worlds? All these are superstitions. There is only one life, one world, and this one life and one world is appearing to us as manifold. This manifoldness is like a dream. When you dream, one dream passes away, another comes. You do not live in your dreams. The dreams come one after another. Scene after scene unfolds before you. So it is in this world of 90% misery, 10% happiness. Perhaps after a while it will appear as 90% happiness and we shall call it heaven. But a time comes to the sage when the whole thing vanishes and this world appears as God Himself and His own soul as God. It is not therefore that there are many worlds. It is not that there are many lives. All this manifoldness is the manifestation of that one. That one is manifesting Himself as many, as matter, spirit, mind, thought, and everything else. It is that one manifesting Himself as many. Therefore, the first step for us to take is to teach the truth to ourselves and to others. So till now what you studied, this one small paragraph from Practical Vedanta, page 303 of the complete works, is one way or the other connected with these three shlokas, second part, 12, 13 and 14. 9, 10, 11 is one subject. Similar to that, instead of Vidya and Avidya, the sage has used the word Sambhuti and Asambhuti. Okay? So, whether it is Vidya, Vidya, Sambhuti or Sambhuti, the problems are the same. The sadhana is the same. We have to deeply think about it. So, he says the question of fear, question of manifoldness, everything disappears when we study these truths. There is one life, one world, one life appearing as many. That is what this world is all about. So some class of people, Sambhuti, Asambhuti, that which is manifested, which is unmanifested, which is like Prakriti, and this Prapancha. All this is only for limited time and for limited results. There is no higher gravity in it, higher purpose in it. It is only for getting some siddhis, getting some powers and enjoying a super sensuous life. So all this, what we see around, Swamiji says, one manifesting as many, as what? Matter, spirit, mind, thought, everything else. It is that one manifesting himself as many. But problem is, in the shloka the word used is darkness. Andham tamah pravishanti. In 9th shloka also, andham tamah pravishanti. Just read that. Andham tamah pravishanti ye avidyam upasate tato bhuyayavate tamaha. That means darkness. Yav vidyayagam rataha. And here, 12th shloka, 12th mantra you see. Andham tamah pravishanti ye asambhuti upasate tato bhuyayavate tamo yavu sambhutyagam rataha. Both of them, one will be in blinder darkness, blinding darkness, another in greater darkness. That's all. Because that is limited in the phala, immediate in the effect of your sadhana, because you are doing sadhana with the desires, not with the idea of reaching that supreme consciousness or Brahman. Next, now you will go to the main text, number 12. So all these, as I said last Sunday, this upasana, regular contemplation, there's a discipline for it, yajnas have to be done, homas have to be done. This now, in the present time, nobody is following. Rarely, if at all, you search and search and search in the Himalayas, you find some people may be there. That number is dwindling because the mind has become very weak. There is no question of Sambhuti or Asambhuti. These Vedic meditations and Vedic this one is slowly declining. That is why Vivekananda comes or came in the 19th century and said, time will come when these will be obsolete. We will have to take up the oneness, concept of oneness everywhere, God in everything everywhere, Ishavasya idam sarvam. So that the common man, the modern man, busy with so many things, will attain some peace, some joy and strength in life. That much is available today in the Upanishads. So always Upanishad is trying, Ishavasya Upanishad is trying to combine two meditations, combine of Vidya and Avidya, and combine here Sambhuti and Asambhuti. What is this Sambhuti, Asambhuti? Let us discuss a little. Number 12, once more, chanting please. Andham tamah pravishanti. Ye, and afterwards has to be added. That's why there's a dirgham there. Andham tamah pravishanti. Ye asambhuti mupasate. Tato bhuya ivate tamo. Yavu sambhutyagam rataha. Yes, some asambhuti first, sambhuti next. So in the 12th mantra, these are all mantras, not just shlokas. Lot of difference between shloka. These are coming out of realization. That's why we call it a mantra, like Gayatri mantra, Panchakshari mantra. These are also to be meditated upon, recited every day as much as possible. So Shankaracharya uses another term for it. These are all obscure words, Vedic words. So one commentator, another commentator, they differ in their usage of words. So Shankaracharya says, he uses the term Vyakrita and Avyakrita Upasana. Keep that in mind. For Asambhuti Upasana, Sambhuti Upasana, Shankaracharya is using Vyakrita, Avyakrita. Okay? What is Vyakrita or Avyakrita together? Meditation of the manifest, Vyakrita, and meditation of the unmanifest. The Supreme Brahman, that one Supreme Consciousness, in which everything merges, is of pure consciousness. But he creates from him, because of his Yoga Balam, Yoga Shakti or Maya Shakti, which is also called Prakriti. Creative power of Supreme Consciousness is called Maya, inverted commas. But it still remains unmanifest or in the potential form with some guna. That's why it's also called by some commentators as Saguna Brahman. This Asambhuti Upasana is called Saguna Brahmopasana. The Brahman with some qualities. Okay? The Supreme Brahman is a pure consciousness and the creative power is called Maya. With that, he comes to the Sambhuti idea. So worship of the manifested beings, that is the Sambhuti idea, manifested, that we see around us, will give some results as we studied in the previous mantra. That means number 10 and 11. There will be some power, some happiness, some lokas, like that. But later when he combines these two, as in the 12th shloka, 12th mantra, he evolves into Krama Mukti. He attains some lokas when that stock is complete, when his punyam is exhausted. He has to come back to this Bhuloka, undergo all the sadhanas again. As Sri Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, he will be born in a pious family. He will be born in a family where there is some facilities for more sadhana. He will not be starting from zero. From that account where it is he has come back to heaven, Buloka, he will start from there. So at 10.10, he has attained that loka. Then he need not start from 1. He will start from 10 itself. So that much of time saving factor he will get. Then next Janma, 10, 12, 50, 60, 70. Slowly till he attains that 100. Krama Mukti. Gradual moksha, gradual evolution. That is also accepted and advised in the Vedas. So it is called Krama Mukti. Meditation on the unmanifest or avyakrita is analyzing the koshas, elements, etc. and knowing that Prakriti or Maya is the cause of the body-mind complex. Now 12th mantra coming straight away. Andham tamah pravishanti ye asambhutim upasate. First sentence. Those who worship, the general meaning is, those who worship the unmanifest Brahman or Saguna Brahman enter into blinding darkness, andham tama, andha, deep darkness, dense darkness, he is not able to see anything. So much of darkness, blinding darkness, he will enter into. Okay. And those who worship the manifest form of Brahman enter into greater darkness. Why this concept, usage of darkness and putting fear in the mind? That is where Shankaracharya commentary helps us, and other acharyas have solved this problem. Don't be afraid. It is only to warn you that these upasanas will bring you back again and again. Some warning, some strict discipline they are trying to do. Otherwise, you will be enjoying these fruits and suffering and think you are the greatest man on the earth. You are a superman, you are a this and that. It doesn't work that way. Sri Ramakrishna denied all this and straight away said, mother, 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 mother. For him, mother was everything. He made it easy for the modern people. Catch hold of the mother, you will get everything. Why do you want Aishwarya? Why do you want this and that? I want mother only. As we sing in the Arati song, Sampada tava Shripada bhava Goshpada variyadhai. What am I getting when I surrender to my Lord? This world will become Goshpada, valueless. Because I have taken shelter at the feet of Sripada. Who is there at Sripada? Mahalakshmi is there. Why do I want to run behind this world? I will take care of Lakshmi Narayana. And this world will become valueless. Sampada, that's so much of wealth I will get. I don't want these siddhis, I don't want these powers, I don't want ordinary enjoyments. Some loka, some dancing and some drinking life. I want highest ananda, Parama Brahman, Supreme Brahman, like that. So the goal should be to attain that highest consciousness. The goal of every sadhaka is to reach the one without a second, Satchitananda Swarupaha, or the transcendental immanent Brahman. But unfortunately, because of the lack of preparation, lack of this higher desire, he is only having the mundane desires. So in the 12th verse, exclusive upasanas are condemned. Don't do it separately. Do it together. Combination, samuchaya. Earlier, 12th, 11th law, vidyancha yastadvedo bhayagam saha avidyaya amrutyam tirtva vidyaya amrutam ashnute. You will cross over death, mrutyu, and become amrutam. Amrutatvam. There is no coming back for you. You are merging in the Supreme Consciousness. But all other upasanas, when you do separately, there will be plenty of problem. Plenty of problem for you to come back and go, come back and go. So the sadhaka has to develop the right perspective about the goal. That is why this, every 3 shlokas, one topic is taught to us. So from 12th to 14th, a different form of sadhana is not encouraged. Vidyancha vidya, don't practice. Sambhuti asambhuti, separately don't practice. Take together. Vidya and avidya, take both together. So the exclusive worship of the Saguna Brahman and the manifested universe, which is called Sambhuti, unmanifested, manifested, Sambhuti, Asambhuti, otherwise called Saguna Brahman and Hiranyagarbha. What Hiranyagarbha comes in that, in Sambhuti we will discuss. Otherwise it is all morbid, very ordinary results. All full of phala, all full of some siddhis. That is why the word darkness is used. Andham tama, andham tama, andham tama. Why are you entering into the tamasic world, into the darkness world? There is so much of joy this side, so much of anandam this side. Again and again you are going there. That is the warning given by the sages. So asambhuti upasana, a little detailed discussion. Asambhuti upasaka or asambhuti upasana, the meditation exclusively on the unmanifest prakriti in the seed form called avyakrita prakriti. This is Vedic terms, please remember this. We cannot translate it to English always. Avyakrita means simple, not manifested. It is in the bija form. Like a seed, mango seed, you have it in your hand, it is avyakrita. The tree has not manifested. It is just there. Power is just there. In that state you are meditating. As if that is the reality. That is the point there. As if that is the reality. When it is not the reality, but you feel the sadhaka feels that is the reality. In the unmanifested form. So what happens? Some glamour, some idea comes. He thinks. He is fascinated by the idea. Unmanifested, avyakrita, I will meditate upon that. So he takes his own chance and performs his upasana. That is why darkness comes. Why? He is not meditating on the truth. He is meditating on the emotion of the truth. More emotion than out of realization. This sadhaka who is meditating on asambhuti. So the sadhaka is absorbed in the bija or seed form of the universe, which appears to be absorption in Brahman, but actually it is absorption within Maya. It is like avarana, just a dim glimmer, a dim light of the sun comes through that cloud, but most of it is cloudy only. That Maya is covering, as it were. Another simple example we give, or it is given in the Puranas. Krishna is born and then he is taken away to Gokula. Then Vasudeva brings Mahamaya, Prakriti, to Mathura. And that Mahamaya acts as if she is born. Then the news goes to Kamsa. Kamsa kaho, the Ashtama, this one has come, Krishna is born, I will kill him. He comes and takes the baby in the darkness and hits it against the wall, but what happens? Mahamaya comes out. Says, you fool, one who is destined to kill you is growing in Mathura, in Gokula. I am not the one. So Krishna first sent a mediator called Mahamaya. And then she gives him a warning and goes away. So like that, but this ignorant man is thinking that Mahamaya is everything, Prakriti is everything. He is drowning himself in that meditation. Some may ask, what is wrong in that? Mahamaya or mother and this and that, with Saguna Brahman we can meditate, we can enjoy. Yes, you can do. There is nothing wrong, says the Vedas. But remember, it is only for limited period. There is no moksha in it. There is no liberation in it. That is why it is darkness. Don't get stuck up in the Mahamaya. So that limitation is there because you are not prepared for the higher results. Still in your mind so many desires are there. This fruit, this siddhi, this fruit, this siddhi I want. That also will come in the next greater darkness, in the next meditation. Sambhuti Upasana. Now we are talking only about Asambhuti Upasana. If we don't explain like this, as Shankara said, then what happens? Common man will get confused. 9, 10, 11, one meaning. Vidyancha, Vidyancha. 12, 13, 14, almost similar. Asambhuti, Sambhuti. So what is that words and what is it to me? Earlier shloka they have talked about Vedanta, about oneness, about poet, Kavi, Manishi, etc. And now suddenly darkness and different languages they are using. Now some explanation we have to. Shankaracharya takes the pain to give the proper understanding. That is what we are trying to learn. Now going back. His concentration. Whose concentration? The sadhaka's concentration, the upasaka's concentration is not on Brahman. Brahman, the Supreme Consciousness, it is not on that, but on the unmanifest subtle world only. Saguna Brahman మీద ధ్యానం చేస్తుంటాడు అంతే, not on the Supreme Consciousness. Therefore, this Asambhuti Upasana is misleading. It appears that it is real, but it is not real. Like a plastic flower and a real flower. This appears real, but it is not real. That is the problem there. And it is also a misconception. It is misleading, it is misconception of the real transcendental absorption by illumination in Brahman because of the relative peace and tranquility that accrues due to the suspension of the waves of the universe, which appears like real peace in Samadhi. So it's all only at the superficial. It's only appearance, appearance, appearance for the sadhaka. But he is thinking that is the reality. That is why he will go into blinding darkness. And they ask the question, Shankara is asking the question, how will that peace be, Shanti, during the sadhana? You say you will get something, some peace will be there, but how it will be? How can I understand the difference? That it is not the real peace. Then they say, he gives an example. Just as in deep sleep, listen, be very attentive here. Just as in deep sleep, everything is forgotten in the world. Not the dream state, but the deep sleep state. Shushupti avastha. Are you aware that you are sleeping? But you are enjoying the sleep. That's why every day when we get up, if you have slept well, deeply, forgetting everything, then you rise up and shout, ah, enta baga nidrapoyanu. See how wonderful? But it is all Maya. It's all, you are drowned in the deep sleep state. Suddenly you wake up and see all this hustle and bustle of the world. Just like in deep sleep everything is forgotten in the world and the peace is disturbed on waking. Similarly is with Asambhuti Upasana. Everything is nice, baane undi dhyanam, but it is not taking you forward. You are remaining as you are. So that is the wrong meditation, Upanishad says. Similar is the peace in the Asambhuti sadhana because he is misled to believe that he has attained the real transcendental peace and tranquility of Brahman. Such a sadhaka enters into blinding darkness, not ordinary darkness, blinding darkness, since he has no connection with Brahman, the real light of everything. Saguna Brahman is okay, but it will have so many desires behind that sadhana. One who can attain the highest Parabrahman? One who is free from all temptations, all desires. Say, I want mother only. I want that Supreme Being only. I want to get merged in that Supreme Being, not in his manifestations, not in his gunas. Pure water falling into pure water. That is Kathopanishad example. Pure water into pure water. That kind of meditation. My mind, Shuddha Man, Shuddha Atma, Ek. Sri Ramakrishna's example. Pure mind, a crystal clear mind, without contamination, without desires, without anything. For that, what you should do? Some upasanas should be done together, not separately. Then purity will come. Then you will be eligible for that supreme consciousness. That is the end result of Ishavasya Upanishad, 18th shloka. Till that time, there will be some small, very important lessons. Not to get misled, not to have misconception about what you are really doing sadhana. You take mantra diksha, you do some puja, you do some parayana, all are fine and wonderful. How long? Till you attain that highest. Afterwards, Sri Ramakrishna beautifully says, the Gayatri merges in the Sandhya merges in the Parabrahman. Everything is quiet. Another beautiful example Sri Ramakrishna gives, a very ordinary example, but a very beautiful, wonderful example of people coming to have a feast. Manchi Bhojanam invitation ichcharu evaro. So when they come into that Bhojana Shala, lot of talking is going on. Lot of those who have read the gospel will enjoy this. Lot of talking is going on among themselves. So many guests are there. They are talking. And the host says, please come, food is ready, you can sit. They all put plates, leaves, mats, everything is fine. And then still talking is going on, lot of talking. Then serving food is started. Brahmarpanam is done. 10% talking stopped. 10% talking stops. Then what happens? Rice, curry, sambar, pappu, sweet, everything comes. As they are eating and eating, stomach is getting filled up. 60% talking stops. Finally, curd is given. They put curd in their hand and Sri Ramakrishna makes sound also. They lick the curd, make lot of sound, feeling so happy. Paisam comes, that is the dessert. That also they take nicely. And after they wash their hands, have a pan. And then after 2 o'clock, as if it is a haunted house, ghost house, nobody is talking. Nobody is moving. Where have all they gone? They're all in deep sleep. Sri Ramakrishna, that is the highest samadhi. That is what Upanishad is talking. Sri Ramakrishna is telling us with the example of a feast. Bhojanam. Vindu Bhojanam. So, lot of talking, lot of parayanam, everything we have to do till our heart is full, till our mind is full of God, and automatically everything drops away. Everything drops away and emerge in the Supreme Consciousness. Till otherwise, if you are getting stuck up there, andham tamaha, into greater darkness you will go and you will come back. Warning is given by the sages. So, since he has no connection with Brahman, he has no idea of the Supreme Consciousness, that is why he is seeing the ordinary as the real light of everything. Asambhuti Upasana is thinking of Prakriti or / Maya only leading to blinding darkness. Why? It is filled with ignorance. Saturated with ignorance. That is the climax there. Therefore, the lesson is that Vedanta does not talk of Saguna Brahman or any other Brahman. Okay? Then, what does he say there? After getting into greater and blinding darkness, Tato bhuya ivate tamo yavu sambhutyagam rataha. Ye usambhutya rataha, those who are preoccupied with the manifested. Tataha bhuyaha ivate tamaha, they will enter into deeper darkness. Blinding darkness there, Asambhuti Upasaka, and deeper darkness, the Sambhuti Upasakas. How and why? the Supreme Being, with the help of Maya, has brought in the concept of Hiranyagarbha here. The Vedantic term, Supreme Being, Maya, Hiranyagarbha, and from Hiranyagarbha, Ishvara, and Ishvara to this manifested world. That is the connection there. Sambhuti Upasana, the second sentence, meaning is one who worships the manifested universe or Hiranyagarbha. This manifested universe is the child of Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? In Sanskrit, Hiranya, gold, Garbha, womb or seed. All this has come from Hiranyagarbha. And we merge back in Hiranyagarbha. That means it is not the Supreme Consciousness, it is only the third level of creation. Translates literally to mean golden womb or golden egg or universal womb. Brahma Anda is egg, the cosmic egg. That is Hiranyagarbha. So in Vedic philosophy and cosmology, Hindu cosmology, it represents the cosmic seed because it is Garbha. In the creator aspect, we call it, in the Rig Veda, it is praised as the source of all gods and the universe, often associated with the creator Brahma or Prajapati. In modern Hinduism, that is Brahma or Prajapati called Hiranyagarbha. From him comes all the other creations, what we see as the manifested world. So this is praised as the source of all gods and the universe. The universal soul, in the concept of the universal soul. Creator's aspect, universal aspect. So in Vedanta philosophy, Vedanta Darshana, this Hiranyagarbha represents the universal mind, the cosmic mind. The subtle state of the universe or the cosmic intelligence. So that is why Vivekananda's experience is what is happening in this Pindanda is happening in the Brahmanda, in the Hiranyagarbha. The same frequency. That is why 2 lectures we have to read always to understand the science of creation and science of meditation is microcosm, the macrocosm, called in 1 lecture the cosmos, Vivekananda's experience. So this is where your idea comes. Then Shankaracharya says, a commentary on this Sambhuti Upasana, very beautifully puts it. He says, Tasmadapi bhuyaha bahutaramiva tamaha pravishanti yavu sambhutyam karya brahmani hiranyagarbhakye rataha. I will read again. Tasmadapi, therefore, bhuyaha bahutaramiva tamaha pravishanti, bahutaramiva tamaha pravishanti, enter into greater darkness. Yavu sambhutyam, those who are doing the Sambhuti Upasana, Karya Brahmani, for apparent reality, Karya Brahmani, Hiranyagarbhakye rataha. Even compared to that, what is that? Asambhuti Upasana. Compared to that, they will enter into greater darkness. Those who worship or who are passionate in the empirical sense, Hiranyagarbhakye Karya Brahmani. Karya Brahmani means empirical sense, Vyavaharam kosam. Working knowledge. Passionate about Hiranyagarbha or Brahma. This Upasana again has no connection with the Supreme Being, Supreme Brahman, or the reality. The sadhaka takes the gross subject world as everything. You see? He takes this world of plants, trees and people and all that creation that we seek as real. Because he thinks that this is Hiranyagarbha. He is under that illusion. Gross subject world as the real entity apart from Brahman and gets absorbed in it. That is why this hindrance, blinding darkness, greater darkness. You know that this is, you should know that this is only the apparent reality, but still you are going into it. You are thinking this everything is, and believing. That is the point. And he is like a man waking in a dream state, seeing so many things in the dream. He himself is the king, but when he wakes up, he is seeing only the same person, same beggar, same human being. Then he cries over the king who has disappeared in the dream. That's a dream. Atmabodha says it is just a cloud. Moon is there and the clouds are moving. The children will tell the moon is moving, which is not the reality. It's only clouds that are moving. Why are you thinking that the moon is moving? Agnanam. What makes you think? Avivekam. You are not discriminating between this and between the truth and the falsehood. So that is why these verses give us that idea of discrimination also. Viveka buddhi. What is to be meditated upon, what is not to be meditated upon. If you meditate on this, blinding darkness, asambhuti. If you meditate on sambhuti, greater darkness. Because it is all filled with so many desires, etc. So tasmadapi bhuyaha bahutarameva tamaha pravishanti yavu sambhutyam karya brahmani hiranyagarbhakye rataha. Even compared to that, they will enter into greater darkness. Hiranyagarbha or Brahma. He is thinking Brahma himself is the cosmic being. And he will forget the reality. Okay? So this upasana has no connection with Brahman or the reality, Shankara says. And the sadhaka does the mistake of taking the gross world, subjective world as a real entity apart from Brahman and gets absorbed in it. In that explanation, Shankara beautifully puts it, you are worse off when you worship the manifested world. There are things in it that frighten you. There are also things that tempt you. Either way, the result is not good. Be careful, be careful, be careful. But Vedanta tells you one step forward. Says, don't look outside, look inside. Yourself is supreme. This Atman is the supreme. Think that you are the Atman beyond the 5 koshas. Why are you thinking the other things are truthful for you? So long as you are a slave to anything outside yourself, you can never be happy. That is the darkness. Who will be happy in darkness? Only the ignorant will be happy in darkness. So Vedanta tells you, you are your own master. Uddhared atmanatmanam. You are your own friend. You are your own enemy. When you are entering into darkness, enemy. When you are entering into light and supreme consciousness, you are your own friend. Till the time a guru upasana, mantropasana and mantra shakti are required. Then gradually, by the grace of God, you will attain that again. That supreme consciousness. That is the message here. Some more important points we shall take up in the next class and move further to 13 and 14. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.